Today on Exposure Check, we're going to be talking about a camera's aperture, or also known as its iris, which is this mechanism right here. This mechanism is a gate that opens and closes while maintaining a circular shape. This allows less or more light onto your sensor with the side effect of something called depth of field, also known as having shallow depth of field or deep depth of field. Depth of field is the effective area of what is in focus on your camera. The common measurement for your aperture is known as an f-stop. Examples for f-stop could be f over 2.8, f over 5.6. To calculate an f-stop, you might want to figure out the diameter of your aperture opening. To do that, you would find the focal length of your lens, which we're shooting on a 50 millimeter, so we'll use that, and we'll divide it by the f-stop, which for easy math, we'll say we're at an f2. So 50 over 2 would be 25 millimeter. That is the opening of your aperture. Then, if you do the math backwards and say, all right, we're on a 50 millimeter and the opening of our aperture is 25 millimeter. 50 over 25 would be 2, which would be your f-stop. Now, to actually figure out how many stops of light it is per f number, you would take the root of 2 to the first power, which would equal 1.4. Then if you do that to the second power, that will equal 2. The difference between 1.4 and 2 is 1 stop of light, which is how you measure light for film. Then to the third power, it would be 2.8, 4, 5.6. So to demonstrate how an aperture actually works, we will be taking apart this lens. No, just kidding. This is a $4,000 lens. We're not taking this one apart. Instead, we're gonna use this $50 Russian lens called a Helios. So, to take this apart, it has a M42 to EF mount. We will need to take that off, so I like to just go reverse on it because it just screws on. It's a screw mount. And of course, we have flathead screwdriver screws in this. So, do we have a screwdriver on set? Nobody has a screwdriver. Can somebody go get the PA? Hello? Jesus. Thank you. All right. Oh. This is for eyeglasses, I believe. So we don't need these other pieces. We don't need that anymore. Oh, there's a little tiny piece on here. Hold on. Oh, get off of there. All right. I'll forward these screws real quick. Usually it would want to be in a very clean area, but it's only a $50 lens, so it doesn't matter too much. Oh. So now we're getting closer. And as you can see, if you move this, we are actually controlling that dial that was right over here would control this piece right here to move in and out. Just the micro little adjustment of being wide open at about a 2 all the way down to, I believe, 16. So now we're going to continue to take apart more of this lens. So now we're down to the bare metal of the aperture. We can see how when it goes wide open, they all kind of fold over each other. We can see it easier right there, but it's really interesting when you close down because they'll actually fold over each other and spiral. And it actually goes into a circular motion because that's more natural when it comes to being out of focus. Because if we have triangles or any other weird polygons, then it would be very jarring to the audience of seeing bokeh that is irregular shape. So seeing a circular bokeh kind of like this, which is more of like a hexagon in a way, just because there's, I believe, 6 blades on this. Yeah, so other blades. So this aperture, on the other hand, has many blades, and that's to create smoother bokeh. While this one, it has more of a hexagon because there are 6 blades, while that one has many more. So I think that's about as far as I want to go with this lens right now. I've actually taken this apart down to the individual iris blades. So let's get back to the other one. All right, now we got this lens all back together. So now we should have a better understanding how the aperture works. It is a clear mechanism that is just controlled by spinning the aperture dial right here, and it allows less or more light into our camera. Next video, we're going to be talking about the difference between f-stop and a t-stop on a cinema lens. See you next time.